Hi. Hey, everybody. Hi guys, all that stuff. I decided to do this live. Still not gonna be long, but I do want to talk about hoodoo. I had a couple of people ask me in my group, and I've talked about it once before, but there is a really big misconception with people. People think that I worship the devil, people think that I am the devil, people think that um they have called me the devil. So I want to do this video, and this is Harry Potter. One of my baby, Alex Tackett, she had sent me this because I love Harry Potter. So I want to just explain in my own terms what hoodoo is. I ain't gonna try to hold y'all long. You know, I be sitting at church. I ain't gonna try to hold y'all long because I got other shit to do. And I'm making stuff today. That's why I have this on. So I just want to explain what I think it is. Now, if you don't agree, you are completely okay with that. I'm completely okay with that. And you don't have to necessarily agree, but we do have to respect each other. And I think that's a lot of our problems is that we really don't. We think that our way is the only way, and it's not. It's not. There are many, with all this information that we have floating around now, a lot of stuff gets misconstrued, and practices, ATRs, they all get misconstrued. They all get lumped up into one thing, you know. And so we have to be careful not to do that. Because witchcraft, everything witchcraft is hoodoo. It's not. It's not even close. Witchcraft that I'm reading, okay, it says witchcraft is the practice of what the practitioner, witch, believes to be supernatural skills and abilities such as casting spells and the performance of magical rituals. Witchcraft is a broad term that varies culturally and societally and thus can be difficult to define with precision. So let me just say this really quickly. If you practice hoodoo, they don't really call it witchcraft. Conjuring, people that conjure, they don't really call it witchcraft. And people need to get that and understand it. It's not the same thing. You can call yourself a witch if you want to. I mean, that's completely fine. But if you are talking about hoodoo, Hoodoo, that is a tradition. It's a generational heirloom that is simultaneously based on medicine, magic, and religion. Okay. That is something that traditionally is a Black person thing, or a person of Black descent. It is really connecting, because think about it like this. It came from a time, it's a system of survival and adapting and resistance and, reclaiming something. That is what hoodoo really is. It's a practice. It's not a religion. They don't believe in a heaven and a hell and, the devil. That ain't, believe it or not, and I don't mean to be funny, believing in the devil and heaven and hell and all that kind of stuff, that's a European cultural thing. Do y'all agree? Because that ain't something that hoodoo really, and hoodoo is not voodoo. Two completely different things, and people need to stop thinking that. I was referred to one day as the devil in a conversation. I'm referred to as the devil. Why am I the devil? Why am I the devil? People have to be careful with people need to be careful with things like that. They need to be careful about what they label people, and they really don't even know. Most people that practice hoodoo and stuff like that, they are born in North America. You know what I'm saying? They have roots to African American. That's why I say it's a black, black folks. Because remember, the doctors weren't readily accessible or readily available to us. They were not. But hoodoo was there. You know, before the Abrahamic God, hoodoo was there. When people needed to tap into their own power, hoodoo was there. When it was born out of a need, hoodoo was there. And I think that we saying it's witchcraft, witchcraft is a very broad umbrella. It's a very broad label. You know what I'm saying? And Christianity really is the controlled, conformed thing. And I love y'all too. And I just want to say this the right way. In my opinion. But I ask for y'all to respect each other and culturally. Hoodoo is alive. Black people are alive. We're here. Don't y'all? Hoodoo is alive because the earth is alive. That's why hoodoo exists. Hoodoo is based off of herbs and oils and even the Bible. Hoodoo is based off of being able to create our own medicine, being able to create a healing situation for ourselves. Remember when we came over here, can you imagine, if you will, the first generation of slaves? And I'm not saying this, and saying white people can't practice it. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it's alive because we are. It's alive because the universe is alive. The earth is alive. We are alive. And we got to be passionate about what we doing. And a lot of people, they just doing it trying to get a nigga and trying to get some money real fast. But I have chills. But where's the passion for the hoodoo? Hoodoo disrupts, it uproots, it holds tight. You know what I'm saying? It creates the near and the far, and it lets go. You don't know. You don't. Do you think one can practice hoodoo without the Bible? Absolutely. Absolutely, you can. You don't have to. That's just another tool to help you. This is my Harry Potter apron. I'm doing some work today. And I hope that I am explaining what it is to you so that you guys can understand. I really do. And you should be liking, subscribing, and sharing this to everybody, because a lot of people don't really they don't really know. They don't really understand. And a lot of stuff has gotten diluted and watered down because our grannies didn't want to teach us because they were some fools. Not our grannies, but our parents and other people. They were some fools. They ain't what gonna do right. So Big Mama didn't teach you what she was out there doing. A lot of y'all don't even understand a lot of things that are done today because of hoodoo. And I think that, hoodoo lives and breathes where we do. And some of y'all are so magical. Some of you guys have so much in you, like born in you, and you don't even acknowledge it. Where's your passion for it? To make something happen? I just be like, fuck. Big Mama died for nothing. No, she didn't. Big Mama lived for nothing. No, she didn't. It's in you. And a lot of y'all be getting involved in this shit behind a man or trying to save a relationship and just not appreciating what it is. And you should. I know that even I have taken it for granted because some of the things that I know. And I just didn't put enough in there. Don't judge me. Frog is sitting on my desk. I got some work I'm gonna do with this. I got some conjure work I'm gonna do with this, but I'm just saying about it like that. By the way, I did not kill it because y'all be tripping. A lot of us, just like, people say what you doing is wrong or what you teaching is wrong and it's not of God. When you blow your candles and you make a wish, you practicing something. We have to be open to what it is that we are doing. Why you think Big Mama and them used to wash the walls? Oh, yeah, I thought she was just cleaning. Oh, okay. She was protecting her home. She was washing them walls, the floors. She would do it every time the season changed. Time for her to do some more work. Thank you, Law of Sunshine. Thank you. The fundamental elements of our life, and I'm talking about those who melanated people, it requires a blood lineage that has grown in you. It has made you. Hoodoo is not a religion. It's a practice. Thank you, Kansas Red. I appreciate that. So I just want to let you know, I want to explain things where you understand. Hoodoo is not voodoo. Voodoo actually means God. That is a religion. And then that's even broke down with Haitian voodoo and New Orleans style voodoo. Yeah, that's another video, but I'm just specifically talking about hoodoo and what it means to our lives and how we are not utilizing it and understanding what some of this stuff means. Thank you, Danielle. I appreciate you. Why you got on an apron? Because I'm making stuff and I didn't want to get it on my dress. We use what in hoodoo? We use bones, blood, spit, hair, plants, root, and your heart and your head. We use the air. We use words to conjure up worlds beyond our current existence. That is hoodoo. A lot of y'all not really, scared, but a lot of y'all are. And y'all think that hoodoo, you have to put it in a box. It is not like everything else. Anybody can practice hoodoo. It is not like everything else, though. Like I said, yeah, animal parts too. Thank you from South Africa. Thank you. Some is powerful, but it's not the most powerful. The Bible, there are different scriptures that are even more powerful than Psalms. When you wanted something to move, get into Isaiah. A lot of people don't really do that. That's why I had a Bible master class. Actually, I have two. Because it's really important that we utilize everything in what? Conjuring. Conjuring and hoodoo go hand in hand. Witchcraft, you're not going to really say that. You say spells. You say spells. You don't necessarily say, in hoodoo, you don't say spells because that's not what you're really doing. You know what I'm saying? So again, we use our blood, spit, hair, animal parts, bone, everything, roots, love, the air we breathe in and out, trees, bark, because those are herbs and stuff too. When we use the words conjure and we use the words work somebody's throwing work. We don't say somebody made a spell. It's work. Work is the word that we really just utilize. Okay? So we believe that time is circular. Meaning we believe in a divine time and we're gonna do our work. I hope y'all still I don't want to go too fast. I hope I'm saying this right. Cause people be trying to girl, fuck you. I said it's my opinion. So I just I want you guys to understand it's not necessarily witchcraft, it's conjure, low country conjure. This is what they call it. It's not voodoo. It's not Wicca. It's not. We don't believe in a heaven and a hell because the principle ain't based off of it. It's based off of conjuring something to make your life change. That is the hoodoo part. Okay. When we say work, we talking about laying down some tricks. Laying down some tricks is spell work. So we're not saying that we do when we casting spells because that ain't part of hoodoo. Okay? You can say conjure is magic because it is. It's creating your life. Hoodoo is found in a lived experience. We trying to move something around. We trying to change something. Same as magic, same as spells, but we don't call it that in hoodoo. I just want you guys to understand what it is and what it's not. Okay. Therefore, participation, like I said, in hoodoo really does. That's right. Hoodoo in the kitchen. No, some ain't it. That's lightweight. I could break down the Bible for you, but I'm not gonna do that on here. It is hoodoo. In hoodoo, we believe that our ancestors returned and that we ourselves will be returned with our descendants. That's why we work with ancestral work. That's why we honor our ancestors because we get it. We still need them. We get it. Although hoodoo is forever, every generation is built to liberate us. So the generations before us, they liberate us, they elevate us. That's why we honor our ancestors. That's done in a lot of different other cultures. That movie Coco, if y'all notice, it was based off of what? It was based off of what? So remember that. Remember your ancestors are important. They're here to elevate you. It ain't no my ancestors gonna destroy you. They not on no shit like that. So I just want to tell y'all what hoodoo is and what it ain't. People ask me, I'm gonna tell you. All right. What else I wrote? I said that although hoodoo is forever, every generation is built to liberate us from the systemic conditions under which hoodoo was born. What do I say? My godfather say it was born out of a need. And I think that y'all have to respect that. We have to respect it. We need to learn how to respect why. Why was it created? Why does hoodoo exist? Why does it live? I love conjuring. Now, as a practitioner, I study and I read everything. So I study a lot. And sometimes you guys do too. And the sad thing is, it gets misconstrued. It just gets all bundled up and it gets the title witchcraft and we are the devil. We not. We don't even believe in that dysphoria. We don't believe in it. Hoodoo has universal elements with regional influences. Like I said, the Carolinas, Gullah, Virginia, like the big slave states, they all have a different what they call it. Still hoodoo. But I just want to get y'all mindset out of thinking that hoodoo is voodoo. Yep, Louisiana too. Oh, big time. That people they just mix everything up, and it's not a mixture. It's not a mixture. And those who really take it serious or take this video series will understand that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Tennessee too. Yes, right. That's right. Just the need. I can't stress that enough. Hoodoo has universal elements with regional influences, along with universal tenets and rituals. And each ritual, each region too, has something that makes hoodoo special. All of these different areas. My father was a Geechee man. They all have different elements that they bring, but hoodoo is still hoodoo. It's still work. And that needs to be respected. Hoodoo is not voodoo. That is completely different. That is a separate thing. That's a religion. That is not anything else. It's a religion. Hoodoo's not. It's a practice. So I just wanted to do a video on that and just kind of talk about that. Also, hoodoo in the Chesapeake. Yes, I'm doing a video right now. Hoodoo in the Chesapeake has particular influences from Igbo, and that's Igbo. Also in Senegal, Gambia, Bunkongo, it is all these places are Maryland, Virginia, DC, parts of Delaware. I mean, they have, they have what they call Chesapeake hoodoo. Like, I just want people to understand what it is and what it's not, and what is the separatism of what it is. And I think people have to be more cognizant of what they are doing. And I think that we have a lot of people who have learned a lot of different things, and they just put it all together. So I think that if you are practicing hoodoo, then I don't think that, and that's all you practice, then you're not a witch. You're just a conjurer, and you just practicing hoodoo. And like I said, people, I guess everything has to have a title, but they should give it, the proper title of what it is. Hoodoo grounds me, and it helps me to find peace in troubling times. That's right. Just like your mama, when she would take your hair out, when they would comb your hair, and whatever hair that was in the comb, she would take the hair out the comb and they would burn it. That's that's Big Mom practicing hoodoo. She was doing that to protect you, so won't nobody do no head work on you because they got your hair. Native American, indigenous people, they have their own. It's not the same. Y'all look up Blackfoot. It's not the same. I just want y'all to understand that hoodoo isn't new. It's not a catch term for a variety of practices. It's just one. Okay? Pop culture portrays everything together, and we just can't do that. We have to, especially people like me, I'm an old school conjurer, so I kind of like that. Because if you want to be really technical, white people were witches. They didn't call us black people witches. But anybody's going to talk about that. But I'm just explaining so people understand what they are and what they not. Hoodoo has its own practice. It has its own rules and its own history. All right. Like I said, we don't call them spells. We call them work, or we call them chores. That's really why they would say this is chores, because it was work. It wasn't spells. It's a lot of misinformation floating around. I'm not saying that I'm the end all be all and that I know everything, but I do want to explain this. Okay. Um, Hoodoo at its core, like I said, it was created from, enslaved people. And they had to adapt to the land that they found themselves in. And hoodoo is also known by other names, conjure, root work. I just want to tell you that too. People who practice hoodoo, they do use, candles too. They do use tools, curios, the roots and the herbs, and ancestor is very important. But movies will show that it all is the same. It's not. And that will embed in our brain. That's why you have to be careful about what you see and what you watch. When it be thunder and lightning, the weather be bad, your mama say turn off everything. When somebody die, my mother will cover the mirrors because you don't want that spirit to come in. That is some hoodoo stuff. Okay. I'm trying to see. I'm trying to cover it all. I want to say it too, that hoodoo isn't voodoo. I'm stressing that. That's right. Even walking over a grave, we don't do that. And we apologize. Hoodoo isn't voodoo. It's a lot of confusion, but I just want to say that it's not the same. So I want to stress that this is not the same. As a religion with voodoo, they call it voodoo, voodoo. That's the actual religion. It is not the same. Voodoo has a specific practices, some which you have to be ordained. You know what I'm saying? It has religious leaders known as Mambo and Hugans, and I do practice and am a part of voodoo as well. But we just talking about hoodoo. I just want to keep that straight. But with hoodoo, there's no set anything. Hoodoo is our life, absolutely. But I just want to stress that with voodoo, you do have positions and titles, and hoodoo, you do not. Okay? So you ain't got to study under somebody. And as a religion, like I said, voodoo has specific practices, right? Religious leaders, mambos, hugans, oversee of those practices. It has their own deities. Thank you. Please hit the like button. It has its own deities and spirits that are worshipped and respected. I just want, that's right, there is no initiation in hoodoo. I mean, when you will initiate when you was born. I just want to stress that hoodoo does not have these things. Although their beliefs in a spirit and life-giving energies, there's no God or goddess that you have to follow because you are the God. You are the spiritual person. That's why I say it's already in us. We just not using it. It is the birthright. It is you walking this earth. It is in us already. There's no gods or goddesses. You free to, be a part of whatever you choose, whatever you want, whatever, but it got to be hoodoo. There's no organized, hierarchy. I just want to explain that, is hoodoo closed? No, it's not closed. No, of course not. There are no rules of working, with roots. You don't have to be associated with a religion. I just wanted to do this video to kind of explain it. That's why you need to learn about your herbs. You need to learn about your roots. You need to learn about, you know what I'm saying? You can, when you start infiltrating crystals and other things that were not, think like this. When you think hoodoo, think old times. Oh, she means racially closed. I'm not gonna say it's something that you're born into. I cannot stress that enough. We was told for years that work is evil. However, those who told us that the elites perform hostile. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So I know that this might be, offensive to some, and I don't mean to be that way because it's not. But just when you think hoodoo, think old school. Think old school teachings, old school. Okay. Uh, it's the more natural form of magic, especially for people of color. Okay. So that's what hoodoo is. That's not voodoo. Voodoo, you could be anybody, white, black, Hispanic, and you want to practice it, you can. But I'm just specifically talking about hoodoo. And I don't want to offend anybody, but I'm answering the question. I might not necessarily be answering it the way that some wish for me to answer it, but I am. I'm not, hoodoo colonizers and hoodoo really don't mix per se, but they can uh, work in they can if they have 1%, but it's a more natural, a more earth, a more tradition, generalized. You're born into it. I mean, most black people are some of the most magical motherfuckers that ever existed. Hoodoo is in your DNA. That's why they want us so bad. But we don't even law sunshine hush. We are not understanding just what we are, just who we are, just how powerful we are. We're not doing it. The house of which she said, I'm white. I practice witchcraft, but I do see white people teaching hoodoo on YouTube. So I thought I asked. Thanks for responding. Oh, again, hoodoo is, people can take anything and make it their own. But if we talking about working with our ancestors, right? What color are the ancestors? I just want to say that. I just want to say that, what color are they? If they got a little touch, a little tinge of black in them, hey, then they can perform it. Some of their ancestors are black. But it's a, hoodoo is, like I said, it's more natural. It's more bloodline based, which is voodoo is different. And I'm not going to get into all of that, but just be cognizant of that. I'm trying to be politically correct, god damn it. I don't want to offend anybody because that's not what this is for. To say, well, and you not I'm not saying it because that's not for me to say that. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like that's for me to judge that. But I'm just saying we're dealing with our ancestors when you really deal with hoodoo. And if that's the case, if you are a white person, I mean, you're dealing with your ancestors. You ain't dealing with ours. I'm just saying, and I probably have offended somebody, and it's not intentional. And to be honest, get out your feelings. Get out your fucking feelings. Because that ain't magical. Anyway, that's all I want to say. I hope this helped you. I hope for you to understand what hoodoo is. There are plenty of other, I've talked about everything. I hope I said it okay. Y'all can leave a comment below if you feel like I didn't or I should have said something else. Y'all are more than welcome. But if you are calling me out my name and trying to talk smart, the shit won't be posted and fuck you. So let's keep it classy and let's be nice. Cause I really can get with you. I just choose not to. I'm just talking about hoodoo. I had a couple of people to ask me. Like I said, voodoo. And if you're talking about, and let me say something else too. If you're talking about voodoo, that's not hoodoo. Voodoo. Anybody can practice it of any nationality. My godfather is mixed with a lot of things and white. He practices voodoo. You have to be initiated. That voodoo is something completely fucking different. It is so much work and shit involved in that until the initiation. Say that shit is different. It's cute that everybody want to be a high priestess and everybody want to be a high priest, but voodoo is different. That is some shit. So I hope that I answered your question. If you have any other questions, feel free to like, subscribe, comment, leave one. I'm not going to be offended. I just ask that you respect me and I will respect you. But if you teeter-totter on that line, I will get with you and teeter-totter too. All right? So that's it. That's all. I hope you guys have learned something today. Be kind to each other. I do readings. I do work as well. Go to my go to my go to my website, magicalLadyDuchess.com. I just read the company. Lord, KK Renee. Woo, child. I see this is a sensitive subject. So I'm gonna let y'all go. I hope y'all learned something today. Bye.